Hi fishy folks, and welcome to another video. Today I will be kind of redoing my 55-gallon Planted Angelfish tank. You can see here I'm taking off the old hang-on back filters. I will be adding the new Emperor Pro 450 to this tank to see how it does in a non-fish room environment, see how loud it is, see how the maintenance works, see if there are any issues. Anyway, guys, if you haven't done so already, do me a favor. Go ahead and obliterate that subscription button. Gently boop the notification bell. And maybe check out my website, michaelsfishroom.com. Also, currently at teespring.com, link in the description below. You can get 20% off Michael's Fish Room swag. So check that out. All right, guys. So the plan here is to take all the crap off the tank. Take the hang-on back filters out, take the sponge filters out. Actually, there's a sponge filter and there's a box filter. I'm going to take the box filter out completely, take the sponge filter out, clean it, put it back as beneficial bacteria to seed my new hang-on back filter I'll be adding to this. You can see the water level. That's the water level of a tank that hasn't had any water added to it in about 6 weeks. I did a pretty large water change and cleaning on this tank before I left for Japan. I was gone for 4 weeks, and then I haven't done anything to it since I got back. And so you can see here I just pulled out a sponge filter, and that's really the wrong way to do it. You could put a net around it and then pick it up. You could put a bag around it and then pick it up and capture all that debris. I didn't do that because I'm lazy and stupid. This tank, we've lost a couple of fish, I think, when I was gone. I only have one angelfish left. I think I had two before I left. I only have two black phantom tetras, and I think I had 4 or 5. Started with 10 over a year ago. Don't know where they went. Obviously, they were eaten. But Liam the Lemo Pleco, that's Leo the Lemon Pleco, is doing well. He's pretty big, much bigger than I thought he was going to get when I researched him before I bought him. But of course, we have the great lava rocks from the Rock Lady and those caves that I did a review on as well. I'll put a link in the description for the video I did about those caves. They're pretty realistic and nice looking. So here's what we're going to do, folks. I am going to put some pretty cool special effect fast motion and music while you watch me clean the tank for a little while. And then when we're done with that, I'm going to come back and talk about how it looks and how the new filter is working and any issues I've had. So if you haven't done so already, of course, grab a snack and a beverage and maybe some popcorn, some cheese popcorn, and stand by for pretty cool music and watching me work. Alright, fishy folks, we are done cleaning the tank and now we're filling it. And this tank is about 10 feet away from my sink. And so what I do is I fill a bucket with water. I put a small pump in there and then I run a hose over to the tank. So I'm not carrying buckets. In addition, I use Seachem Safe and I dose the tank for the amount of water in the tank. So if it's a 55-gallon tank, you dose for 55 gallons. You don't dose for, the water you're adding. You dose for the whole tank. Anyway, this process is taking a long time because the pump is small and the diameter of the hose is small. So refill your snack and your beverage if you have to, and stand by. All right, fishy folks, we're just about done topping the tank up with the pump. You'll see here in a minute or so, I use a bucket just to finish the last, I don't know, half inch of water, probably about 3 gallons. I had about a little more than half of a bucket left, and I poured it in. I got impatient waiting for the pump to work. Now this tank you can't see through it, obviously. It's really cloudy. Of course, it's not harmful to the fish. It just looks ugly. So I have the new Emperor Pro 450 putting in work now. It's running as much water through it as it can, cleaning it, as well as I'm starting to seed the bio wheels in this filter with the beneficial bacteria from the original sponge filter I had in here. Now, I'm really not concerned over an ammonia spike or crashing my cycle. It's very lightly stocked, 55, with a ton of plants in it. So it'll be fine. In fact, I'm not even going to check water because I have no way to. I don't have a test kit. I don't have test strips anymore. I don't. What are you going to do? Report me to the Facebook police. Anyway, folks, we're going to let this clear up. Let that brand new Emperor Pro 450 put in some work and clean this tank up. And when we come back, hopefully it will be all clear. All right, fishy folks, we are here about 38 hours after I finished the last footage, and you can see just how crystal clear the water is. This new Emperor Pro 450 did a great job of cleaning the tank. I do have one sponge filter left. You can see the bubbles in the corner hidden by that plant. And that's basically there just to seed this filter with beneficial bacteria. Now, I'm not 100% happy with the way the tank is looking right now. The plants really took a beating while I was gone for some reason. I'm not really sure. I think it's maybe there was an issue with the light that nobody told me about, but you can also see both the lower intake and mid-level intake of the filter has quite a bit of debris on it. In this tank, it's a little more difficult to clean up than in Chewy's tank. So in Chewy's tank, I just put a ginormous net around the bottom bulb and turn the pump off, turn the filter off, and clean everything up that way. This tank gets a little bit more difficult, so I'll have to figure that out without dirtying the whole tank again. Also, these two caves in the middle here, I think I want to remove one or move one to one corner and one to the other corner. They look kind of silly right next to each other, so sort of have to figure that out. I also want to get obviously more Black Phantom Tetras. I only have 2 left. I'd like to get at least 8, but I'd probably buy 10, assuming I might lose a couple. And of course I want to get some more angelfish. So I have one. It's a 55-gallon tank. I can't decide if I want 3 more or 2 more. So let me know your thoughts on the angelfish. You know, how many should I have in a tank? At one point I had 3 and they were spawning in this tank. So I'd like to get a couple more, and if they do spawn, I'll start pulling the eggs and rearing them and raising them, but we'll see how that goes. All right, fishy folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be links to this filter, this brand new Emperor Pro 450, down below if you want to take a look. As you know, in my last video, I did a review on it, and I will be doing a update video with some interesting things I found out about this filter in the short future. So I'm going to leave you with a really good looking shot of Leo the Lemon Pleco. Look at him. He's so cool. I'll put a link to the description